a pop and screen. See that?
Ooh, that sounds good.
No, but I do kind of look like Poppin' Fresh.
You do. Yeah.
Lady, please
Pillsbury,
stop
a
touching
Minneapolis
me.
corporation.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm starting the show with that. Welcome to Rat Salad Review. We are here with Trevor Richardson.
Yes.
How's it going, Trevor?
Good evening. Yeah, I'm doing great. It's a beautiful night here in Brick, New Jersey.
My darling wife Susan's on the veranda.
And our dog is chasing the radioactive mutants out back. Wait, is it? I think the nuclear plant's still over there. Whatever. Anyway.
It's still there. Trevor.
Isn't that Trauma City?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Calm down, Trevor, all right? Your ordeal's over. You scammed the phone company, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a special place in hell reserved for that guy.
Get all the free internet you want now. Great. And
I kind of felt bad about screaming at that woman, but I must have told her 8 times, stop calling me Trevor. I'm not Trevor Richardson. That is the whole problem I'm calling about.
Well, you are today, sir. And I'm also joined by, crap, I forgot your name, sir. What's your name?
Carlos.
Carlos what?
Carlos Rodriguez
Oh,
from
okay.
El Salvador. I
Wow.
just, I'm not going with it.
Oh, well, welcome, Carlos. My name is Wayne. And that's all I'm going to go by. Just Wayne from now on.
You should go with Wayne Two Shoes because you wear 2 shoes.
I do wear 2 shoes.
Yeah, Wayne Two Shoes. That's a
And
good nickname for you.
I'm a goody 2 shoes, too. Yeah, I am.
There's a portion of the dark net fucking dedicated just to you, and we know about it.
There probably is. I wouldn't doubt it. So what's going on, guys? It's been a while since we had like a regular show. Which we don't have a regular show. We have Billy Ray on at the end of the show. It's going to be a 2-parter. We're going to try a little something different with Rat Salad Review. We're going to do a little rearranging. Right?
Yeah, shuffle it up.
Shuffle it up.
Mold
a
it
bit.
like a piece of Play-Doh, which is non-toxic, by the way, but doesn't taste very good.
That's right.
Like a piece of silly putty stretched over a rock, maybe?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And if you don't know what that's from, if you check out the Impact Attack from the Hamin Media Group from last week on podbean.com, yeah, we were on that show, and that was one of the jokes that Greg did, or Trevor, sorry. Very funny. Good show. What the hell's his name? Big Ray. I'm getting him confused with Billy Ray. Big Ray was a really cool guy. Right? We did, about an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, we did more than an hour, but half of that doesn't air anywhere. But
hey, I just up for the first half, and then I jumped into the fucking bathtub with Melissa, fully clothed, and I came back, and, well, there you have the second half.
But definitely go check that show out.
I went through 2 bottles of sake that night, so I really don't remember any of it, but I encourage you to take my co-host recommendation.
Definitely.
All the things you'll see on Rat Salad Review.
Mm-hmm. All right. So anything going on, guys? Anything new? Great.
Not really audio-wise. I mean, Maniacal Force just picked their album art, and that's getting ready to come out within the next couple months here, their debut album.
That's right. I posted about that the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, musically, I haven't really been into much. Been kind of bummed about Rick Ocasek. Been listening to Cars a lot last couple of days.
That's true. Yeah. You've been listening to the Cars?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite
their
Cars?
first 4 albums are gold. My favorite one overall is Panorama, but you know, I really can't pick between that one and the first album. They're both great.
Yeah. Is there any Cars album to avoid? Because I only have the best of.
You don't
Door to
need
Door ain't
Door
great.
to Door. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't need Door to Door. And really, honestly, if you have the greatest hits or that Just What I Needed 2-disc collection, you've got all the best songs off of Heartbeat City. So you can really pretty much skip their last 2 records.
Plus, it's got a bunch of like demos and unreleased stuff, and that stuff is actually pretty cool to listen
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, if you're gonna go out and get it, Wayne, God, it's weird how these guys from these bands keep going back and remastering their catalog and then dying like a year after they finished with it, because
sounds like a conspiracy.
Well, it could be that, or it could be the fact that they're all in their 70s and they've lived hard rock and roll lives. But you know, let's you want to take the logic out of it, that's quite all right.
Well, because you know that big fire that happened in California, where everybody's fucking records are basically gone.
That could be a conspiracy in itself. Yeah.
You know?
That could be. I could see that.
David Geffen fucking had a lighter one night and got drunk.
I think that's what happened.
Chew.
Don't say that.
Just saying.
Mojo Nixon had a song called "Bring Me the Head of David Geffen." You should look it up. We could play that in the background if you want.
That's all right.
I'll look that up. Actually, I think I have that, so I will put it in the background.
Yeah, David Geffen, not a good guy.
Yeah, not from what I hear. Not a good guy at all. But yeah, Rick Ocasek from the Cars has died. Heart disease. New York Medical Examiner's Office said Monday pulmonary emphysema, a type of lung disease, was also a contributing factor in the 75-year-old singer's death. So, rest in peace.
He was still married to Paulina, right? All through
Oh
this.
they've been married since.
See, that's a fucking love story, and I love fucking good love stories. You don't find that in entertainment. And Rick Ocasek and Paulina, that's a fucking love story, man. I love it.
We have the best love story on Red Sound Review.
True enough.
You know, I mean, I think it better than that.
And it's continuing. I actually just opened, just incorporated Lighting Lady Design. Go on Facebook, check out her page. My girl's blowing up. She's on fire. We're going to LDI in Vegas in November, with the biggest lighting convention in the world. She's going to hook up with all her old peoples. And the word is out that Melissa's back. And we're building this thing, and it's going to fucking be huge.
Oh, I'm glad to hear. Who are you doing this weekend?
Excellent.
This
Baby
weekend,
Metal.
actually, Baby Metal at the Myth in Maplewood, Minnesota. And,
cool.
It was a word of mouth thing, and she got the call, and she's like, "Yeah, I got nothing going on." So we booked that, and it's just a continual work in progress, and I'm just psyched out of my brain.
Yeah. Well,
I got a reason to live again.
This show wasn't enough.
I have a reason to live again.
And it's not your show. Little Kiss reference.
Well, if we get to talk to Baby Metal, get them to come on the show. Or, hey, do an interview with them backstage while you're there.
You could probably make that work, actually.
Get it done.
I need credentials. I'll have to laminate something official looking.
Yeah, why not? What else is there news about? Jason Newsted lost tons of money on his solo project, according to the guitarist. Ex-Metallica.
Was that the Newsted band?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ex-Metallica bassist Jason Newsted made some serious waves quickly with his new project Newsted in 2012. The band released it. What?
It wasn't good.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, that album sucked.
I thought it was pretty good.
I don't really remember it getting a ton of buzz either. I mean, it came out, people had really talked it up, and then it just kind of faded away.
Well, because he faded away. I think maybe he just started to tour or something, or he was going on a tour with Megadeth or something was happening, and then all of a sudden he backed out, and that was it. He was done. Oh yeah, here it says here, February 2014, Newsted canceled an appearance at Australia's Soundwave over private and personal circumstances, and shortly thereafter, Jason got off of all social media, never to speak of the band again. So,
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yep. So that's why you didn't hear nothing about it anymore, because he quit everything, and now he's doing some kind of I don't know, some acoustic thing. And he might be done doing that because I haven't heard nothing about that story ever again either.
I was gonna, yeah, that might be the last thing I heard about him doing. He's been inactive for a while.
Yeah, he has been. I guess I always thought he was more of the straighter guy in Metallica, but apparently not. Apparently he's got his own little demons.
You know what I find interesting about that, though, is well, okay, granted he wasn't in Voivod for that long of a period of time, but when he was in Voivod, he really worked his ass off and put a lot of his own money into that album and that tour and everything.
Well, didn't he kind of get them back together, because weren't they like kind of not doing anything? I remember him saying something about them getting that band back together again or something.
Well, Piggy was never not working on something. Piggy was brilliant, and he was always doing different stuff, but they were in kind of a hiatus at that point, because that was right after the three-piece band era, where it was Eric Forrest, the singer and bassist, that took Snakes and Blackie's place, and it was just him and Piggy in a way, and they did Negatron and Phobos, and then Forrest left, and Snake came back, and Jason came back, and I think they tried to get Blackie first, but at that point in time, Blackie wasn't interested in doing it, so I can't remember how Newsted and Piggy were originally in contact, but they got together, and then they got him in for that. He really ran with it.
Yeah. How many albums did he do with them?
Just the two, I believe.
Okay.
Or no, it's three. That's right, there's three.
Yeah, because I really never liked Voivod, and then I saw when he left Metallica, he joined them, and I really wanted to check him out because I was a big fan of Jason Newsted. But at the time, I still wasn't really into it. I am now. I do like Voivod a lot now. I get it now. At the time, I didn't. But
I really don't get why. I mean, I like Newsted a lot as a person. I don't think he's all that special of a bassist. I don't get why people rave about him as much as they do, but
Oh, what the hell happened? Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
No, John's all sideways. And he's stuck. Edit.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize he was frozen. I thought he was just listening. But the point I was trying to make about those Cars albums is, so they have that remaster series where Ocasek remastered them all from the original tapes and oversaw the whole thing. Each album includes the B-sides for the singles for that particular record, and a bunch of work in progress demos, from the album, songs that got cut even.
Yeah. Oh man, of course they had to freeze right in front of the thing here, in the middle of our show. God damn it.
And it sucks I couldn't get back on for the Billy Ray thing, because he brought up the Police, and I was actually going to, work the Cars into that, because he was talking about how different it was, and I was going to say that's one of the neat thing about, like the Cars and the Police and other bands from that new wave time period. They took punk minimalism and the attitude and did a bunch of completely different new stuff with it.
Yeah. Love you guys. Just got a hold of our guest that was supposed to be on, and I told him we'd call him right now as we're fucking doing this show.
Yeah.
So you still got that number, Wayne?
I still got the number. They don't want to do a video, huh?
he's still got to join Skype, but we're gonna get him a little snippet right now,
All right.
and we'll reschedule as we're recording this.
Okay.
Give him a call.
Here we go. Ba-ba-da-ba-da.
And I've got the story up now, so I'll tell the Men Without Hat thing in a minute when we're done.
Yeah, you were leading into it with the voice one. Hey, what's going on, Nigel?
How you doing, bro? How are you doing?
What's going on? This is Wayne and Greg and Uncle Saxon. John.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Nigel.
How you guys doing, man? Thank you, sir. And I just want to apologize once again for the same shit twice. I'm not walking out. Just a memorial ceremony for someone, a good friend who decided to commit suicide last week. So.
Oh,
sorry
to
to
hear.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear.
Well, we got Swan to
How you guys?
reschedule. How's your schedule looking for, say, 2 weeks from now?
That will be beautiful, John. And thanks for your patience, bro. Thanks for
All
your
right,
patience. You know what I mean?
What day is that? When you got a calendar?
I got a calendar. Let's see here.
Hang on.
October 9th, right? Oh, no.
October 9th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah, let's do this.
October 9th, 9 p.m. Okay, beautiful, man. Eastern time in Trinidad is the same time as you have, yes?
Yeah, well, that's me.
Yes.
Yes.
That's 9 p.m. in Trinidad, too.
Very cool.
You
Okay.
got it, brother. And
All right.
our sympathies to your friend and your friend's family.
Yeah,
And
man.
we're gonna have
It's
a
one
good
of these
time.
things.
We're gonna have a good time when we get you and your brother on.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate
Yes,
that, John.
I've been brushing up on all your albums, all the Orange Sky stuff, on all your solo stuff, so I can't wait to talk to you.
Man, yeah, I can't tell you guys how much we appreciate you taking the time, man, or even having the interest. You know,
Yeah.
we had an exciting weekend this weekend. We Collective Soul came to Trinidad, so we opened for them.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk
so,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. Well, it was nice because the singer, these guys are super gracious, and the lead singer invited us to come on stage and said how much he loved the band and all that, and you know what I mean, it was a good scene. We had dinner with them the following night and all that, so good
Wow.
Southern boys. Yeah, but they're
Life
pop.
is
He's a
full,
pop.
life is full of highs and lows, man.
What's that?
I said life is full of highs and lows. You taught me that.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, brother.
All right, we will talk to you in 2 weeks. Get your Skype in order and give us your IDs.
Will do, my brother. And once again, thank you for taking the time. We can't wait to talk to you guys and share, you know what I mean? Because thank you so much for helping us to still try to plant our seeds, man, after all these years. And rock and roll is still alive in our blood, and this is what we do, and, you know, boom, 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 etc., and so forth.
Sugar boom boom.
Awesome.
Hey, John, could you guys join me on WhatsApp so I can send you some footage from this weekend and send you some stuff too, you know? To prelude the interview, I could send you some recent shit, you know?
I'll try and figure out WhatsApp.
What
And we'll get a hold of you.
What's your what do you do? Like an ID or something on WhatsApp?
No, this phone number, all you have to do is just join me on this number on WhatsApp and we're good.
Okay. All right. We'll do.
Yeah, is this Wayne?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man, you guys join me and I'll start sending stuff to you immediately.
All right. You got it. Awesome.
Sweet. Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much for answering the
He's
phone
with a
call.
prostitute.
Prostitutes. All right.
Sugar boom boom.
Exactly. Nah, he's
All right,
he's,
man.
he's just, yeah, man. Guys, love you, man. Thank you so much for being so cool and understanding, man. Twice is fucked up. All right, so
We'll
the
forgive
next
you.
time is gonna be perfect. And thank you, rat salad. You know what I mean?
Awesome. I
Got
really
it.
appreciate
John,
it.
Thanks,
Glad we got
General.
God bless you.
the... All right. See
God
you in a
bless
few
you,
weeks.
brother. All right.
Thanks.
Later.
Okay. Bye.
Irie.
All right. Cool. Very cool.
And
Very
that puts my soul to rest. It really does.
Good.
yeah. Awesome. All right, now I have to edit all of that out. And
Oh, that was a cool bit. You keep that in.
keep that in.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was an inside look.
All right, cool. Behind the scenes look.
Right.
More work for me. All right, great. Where were we?
Well, I was leading from that Voivod piece into how Away and Piggy ended up working with the Men Without Hats in the early 90s.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
So, I just discovered this album recently. It's called Sideways. It's the Men Without Hats album from '91, but it's there's no synths on it whatsoever. It's almost like a late '60s, early '70s garage rock album, and slightly psychedelic, which is where Voivod was going a little bit with Angel Rat. But they were both on Polygram around the same time, and the Men Without Hats were working in Canada. And however, they got introduced to each other, and they would go down to Voivod's rehearsal space at the end of the night and jam out with them. And Ivan, who is the leader of the Men Without Hats, kind of told Away what he wanted to do, and he said that Away is just amazing. Most musical drummer he's ever met, because he could give him an idea, just riffing off of what he was saying and come up with the song perfectly. So basically, he really inspired him, and Away co-wrote all the songs on that record with him.
Wow.
So it's a noise rock album that nobody will ever want to listen to.
No, it's not noise rock. It's closer to the Pink Floydish type shit that Voivod was doing.
Oh.
A little bit more blues based though, and early rock and roll. But
So
it's a pretty good record. Yeah.
What is the band called again?
The Men Without Hats, the guys that did
Oh.
the safety dance.
Sorry, I phased out there for a minute. Interesting. Very interesting. You'll have to send it to me. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, so they did that, and then the guitar player split after the record was released, and it really didn't sell that well. So Piggy played guitar for the Men Without Hats on the North American tour.
I don't know what to say about that. From Killing Technology, Roar, and War and Pain, and Dimension Head Trust to Men Without Fucking Hats.
Well, they're into a lot of stuff. I mean, look at their music. They're into so many different things, so it's really not that strange.
That's I'm not open-minded. I'm not. You're a fucking thrash band. You're a fucking thrash band. I hate expansion.
When you're a musician, though,
Voivod was always more than just a thrash band from the first record.
That's why I never listened to anything past Dimension Hate Trust.
Yeah, I love everything they've done. Well, maybe not love. There's a couple things that are a little, but not the biggest fan. Not the biggest fan of Negatron.
But they do put on a hell of a show. I'll give them that. I will give them that. Those guys they pump out the energy, and it makes you want to break shit. Fucking go see them live on this tour with whatever shitty band they're playing with.
Revocation is one of the ones that's touring with the Mainland. They're pretty good actually. The other two bands I can't recall, and I hadn't heard of before I saw that poster. So, and another tour everybody should check out, since I'm wearing the shirt here, is Maiden's Legacy of the Beast. One of the best shows I've ever seen them do. Johnny and myself went with my little brother Joe when he came in from Jersey a couple weeks back, and it's got to be the most elaborate stage show I've ever seen.
Shout out to Joe Noggle, by the way. You're a cool motherfucker.
Rock on, Joe. Yep, but I mean, they got a full replica of a Spitfire that comes down out of the ceiling during Aces High. Bruce is running around with the dual flamethrowers like Eddie on the front of the Icarus single, burning Icarus down from the top of the stage. They're playing Flight of Icarus again for the first time since the 80s.
Did they have like a big Icarus or something come out too?
Yeah, he comes out from the back of the stage and kind of looms over the drum riser. Bruce runs around, on top, shooting off the flamethrowers throughout the song, and then at the end of the song, he lights it on fire. It turns to ash and falls.
Wow, that's real cool.
And
if
then at the end, when he sets off the fireworks, for the last song, the encore, this giant fucking Looney Tunes TNT handle shows up over the top, and he just presses it down.
Wow,
Gotta love the humor.
that's real cool. Yeah, if you're not a Maiden fan and you go to a Maiden show, there's no way you don't come out a Maiden fan.
Mm-hmm.
True.
It's got to be impossible. Because the show alone, I mean, it's just amazing the shit that they've done over the years.
Oh,
Especially with all the different eddies and stuff. Just real cool shit. You're not going to go see any other band that does that, really. And there are, but not
anymore.
Not like Maiden.
Not anymore. But the 80s, every fucking show was like that in the 80s.
Yeah.
Between Dio, everybody.
But not to the production that we have now.
Oh, hell yeah. Dio?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Priest, they all had animatronics and shit. Well, not to the point that they are now, because obviously technology has evolved.
Right, yeah, that's
but
what I mean.
In the 80s, stadium shows were the fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Maybe Maiden is the only one to continue that because everybody else is dead. But yeah.
I think Maiden got more into it and had more care about it than other bands did, because even though a lot of people were doing that back then, granted, Maiden always stood out with, how well theirs was done.
Yeah.
I seen Maiden probably 5 times in the 80s, and it was always a great show. They always had a different Eddie, walking 10 feet above the stage, doing his thing. But in the 80s, Dio fucking blew away Iron Maiden as far as the stage shows goes. Dio was slaying the dragon and fucking, just crushing it. I think Dio's stage show in the 80s, he's dead now. Anybody that might not know that, he's been passed away for quite a few years.
Really?
But in the 80s, Dio's stage show fucking was the bomb. You guys were fucking not born or just a toddler, whatever.
Yeah, I was probably 3 years old.
I used to have a video of the Last in Line tour, but I haven't seen it in a long time. And yeah, I didn't see Dio for the first time until about 2004. And he was great, but there wasn't really much of a stage show. I mean, there was a fucking dragon and stupid shit like that, but he's not getting up there slaying it and all that at that point in time.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, like Yngwie with the guitar on that album cover, right?
Yeah, well, we can all pretend.
Did somebody say Yngwie? Hold on.
Every time somebody says Dragon, I always think of Yngwie in that cover of him with the guitar and Dragon.
I always think of Greg.
Yeah, that too. Greg who?
I was going to say,
that's
I
Trevor.
always think of Junior.
Oh, Trevor. Trevor the Dragon Richardson. That's who I
Soon to debut on Monday Night Raw.
And his lovely wife, Susan, the warrior princess
Richardson.
was having a fucking mimosa. Mimosa? Mimosa. That's the word. On the veranda.
Oh, boy.
Warm out today. Was warm yesterday.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Wow, does anybody remember Bartles and James?
Probably not, other than me and you.
That's an inside joke, Dragon.
Yeah, that's above me there. Let's see.
Like fucking. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Oh, I almost ruined your next show.
Yeah. Last news for tonight. Tommy Lee posts video of his penis, and then denies it was him. Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee has posted a video that appears to show an image of a penis held up to the lips of his wife, Brittany Ferlin Lee. He captured the picture These new Instagram filters are finally getting wood. I mean, good. They finally give me my own filter. A rep for Lee has since told Page 6 that the penis is not Lee's, but was a filter. The rep couldn't explain where this X-rated filter is available or how Lee found it, but said, "All I know is it's not his penis."
You know, he's so pretentious, like with all that, but the sex tape with him and Pam Anderson, where he was like honking the boat horn with his cock and shit. I feel like their whole marriage was just him walking around. Hey, babe, you think I can lift this paint can with my dick? Hey, you think I can open the fridge with my dick? He just seems like that type of guy. But
he does. He does. But
I will say, though, as much as I don't like what Motley Crue did after the first two albums, I still think he's a pretty good, solid drummer.
Yeah, he is. He's not bad. Not a bad drummer. I still don't like Motley Crue, and yeah, exactly, pretty much. So do you guys think it's his penis? It's got to be his penis, right?
What do you want me to do? Put up a poster? Have you seen this prick?
My previous comment was you were talking about it's over your head.
Yeah.
You tell us, Wayne.
Do we have an Uncle Saxon story for tonight?
We do, but before we do that, I just want to alert the fucking masses that System of a Down is planning on touring in 2020.
Oh, great.
And that is great fucking news.
Maybe
you want to talk about fucking Tommy Lee penis for the fucking millionth time? System of a Down, baby, is coming back. And that is great fucking news. And here is your Uncle Saxon's story of the night.
Go.
Or are you going to interject my fucking shit?
Well, I got to edit it, so no. Go.
Hey, kids, everybody gather around. It's time for Stories with Uncle Saxon.
The year was... I don't have one. Hold on, let me look around my walls. The year was... yeah, have I done that one? Killdozer.
You haven't done a Killdozer story.
How about King's X?
There you go.
I have been a King's X fan since Out of the Silent Planet came out in '87. I saw the King video, and I'm like, this is... the year was sometime in the 90s. I've been a King's X fan since 1987, when Out of the Silent Planet came.
Right.
And I saw the King video, and it blew me away. This was a band that I've never seen anything like they were metal, but they weren't. They were rock, but they weren't. They were so different. And every time I tried to see them from 1987, okay, it was 1990. The year was 1996.
Should I put the music on again? Yes.
Just fucking go with it.
It is what it is.
Anyways, so I'm at the Mirage, formerly known as Mr. Nibs, on 26th and 26th in South Minneapolis, right around the corner from the Hexagon Dragon, where we saw Bewitched for the first time. Now it's a bakery. Imagine that. So, Galactic Cowboys were opening for King's X. I'm fucking psyched out of my brain to see King's X for the first time. I was with Laura, so it had to be 1990. The year was 1994. It was the Dogman tour.
Yeah, it would have had to have been 94.
Yeah, it was 94 because I was with Laura. Yeah. Anyways, Laura was my first wife, my practice marriage. She's a hip chick. Don't look her up. So we're up in the balcony, and I'm having a few cocktails, and right as King's X is coming on stage, I'm on the balcony railing, and I'm like, yeah. I thought it'd be fun to throw my cup over the balcony, and it landed on the fucking soundboard. And
God.
sound guy looks up and sees me and security comes and hog fucking ties me, arms and legs behind my back with the ties.
Old tie. Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking the zip ties.
Zip ties. Yep.
And hauls me out. I was probably being belligerent. I don't know. Memory.
Yeah.
But they take me out the side door as King X is walking on stage.
Ugh.
My bitch fucking ex-wife, first wife, said, I'm gonna stay and watch the show. You get yeah. It was the end of the end. It was just a bad fucking deal.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw King's X as they were walking on stage. Never heard. Well, I heard a lot of good music coming through the brick wall, but I cried.
So what happened after that?
They hogtied me and threw me out in the fucking parking lot.
Nothing else happened to you? You didn't go to?
No, they just cut me loose and said, if we see you in our venue again, we're gonna have you arrested. You're 86th forever. But that venue pretty much went bankrupt and turned into a bakery not long after that. So I'd never stepped foot in that building again.
Not even for the bakery?
No, actually no. And it's a new French bakery, or it was. I don't know what it is now, but it was a new French bakery, and they've got some really tasty pastries, man.
I was going to say that it looks like a commercial bakery now.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I could give a fuck. I every time I drive past there, I go like that.
You should go in.
It's a bad man.
Well, you should go in.
I should go in and talk to the manager. Say, I demand my King's X money back. Like the Cowboys didn't fucking cut it for me.
They might have a picture of you up in the back room. This man was never supposed to ever come back in this building ever again.
Aye. Johnny's cream fills your cream donuts. At the new French bakery on 26th and 26th in Minneapolis.
Hey, that could be a new sponsor.
Fuck that.
Well, we get all the free pastries we want. Just advertise.
And that's your Uncle Saxon's cream-filled story of the night.
What are we wearing? What do you got on? Uncle Saxon.
Orange Sky, who will be on, I swear to fuck, on October 9th, was it?
9th,
yeah.
Yep. I'm going to Antigua with my lady love a couple days later. So I'm going to be in the same general area as Orange Sky. Maybe I can get Nigel and Nick to join us. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Third time's the charm, right?
Yep.
I went to Antigua once. It was nice there.
You did not.
I did too.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. Honeymoon.
I gotta fucking talk to you then.
Yeah, we'll talk after.
All right. That's really awesome. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I went there. Spent money. Yeah.
Nice.
What do you got on, Greg? Well, you showed that earlier. Iron Maiden.
Yeah, Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast with this is the God, what did they call it? The Far North Tour edition of the shirt. Each section of the country has a different specific shirt. Yeah. And this one, since we're so close to South Dakota, it has Mount Rushmore on it, but instead of Mount Rushmore, it's different Eddie's heads from throughout the years.
Oh, really?
And then in the front of it, it's Icarus. Hang on, let me get my hair out of the way.
Oh, God.
Yes. And it's got Icarus flying in front of them.
That's actually hip and clever. Very clever.
They come up with so many good ideas for shirts. It's insane. Awesome.
I thought the stained glass one was a little much. That's the one Joe ended up getting, which it still looked cool. I liked this one better.
Yeah. I have on the greatest band ever and the best album they ever did, Metallica, Death Magnetic.
Can I buy some angel dust from you? Because you got something good, man.
I'm joking. Everybody knows I'm joking. I just put this shirt on.
Elephants need to be tranquilized in Long Island right now because you got the ketamine to get it done, obviously.
Even the dog sighed when he said that.
Metallica, Master of Puppets is the greatest album of all time. Death Magnetic. Come on.
I'm just kidding. It's not. It's not. It's a decent comeback album for them though. I only got this shirt because when I got the album that came out, they gave away free tickets, so I got a ticket to go see the concert. And then I went and bought a shirt, but the only shirt they had was this like 2XL or whatever it is. So that's why I got the shirt.
Oh,
Fascinating,
and
right? Isn't that fascinating?
something else I was going to mention. Unfortunately, the Orange Sky portion didn't really work out. We just had the little snippet there. But since we were talking about Rick Ocasek, I've been looking into these different albums. Another interesting connection I never knew existed until I was listening to the record today. Daryl Jennifer from Bad Brains plays bass on Ocasek's first solo record.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was helped get them signed or what have you.
He produced Rock for Life.
Yeah. Well, I knew he produced that record, but I didn't realize they were like as tight as they were, I guess is what I want to say.
They were totally in bed together in the early 80s. Yeah. Rick Ocasek had vision, and that should be appreciated.
And it is.
Oh, yeah.
With that, we will go to our interview with the great Billy Ray Valentine from the Infinite Fringe and the Hamin Media Group. So please enjoy this interview.
He also single-handedly took down the Duke Brothers empire in one day of trading on the stock exchange.
That's the wrong guy.
Mortimer, we're back!
That is the wrong guy.
I know it's the wrong guy, but how many times am I ever going to get to make a Billy Ray Valentine joke? Honestly, when he first popped up, I wanted to say, hey, your legs grew back. But
Feeling good, Lewis.
He could have. He's a really cool guy. Really had a lot of fun doing the interview. And you'll see Greg disappear during the middle of it because he got mad at
my
Nine Inch
Skype
Nails.
was not updated.
Yeah, so stupid Skype ruined that, but we got the rest of it anyway, so enjoy Billy Ray Valentine. We'll see you when it's over.
See you next week.
Merry New Year!
Feeling good, Billy Ray.
Looking good, Lewis.
I gotta pee.
Hold on. I want to end the show.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm going to edit it after that. Welcome to Rat Salad Review. We are here today with Billy Ray Valentine from the Infinite Fringe. What's up, Billy?
Trading places.
And Trading Places.
No. Two different guys. Billy Ray Valentine.
Yeah, I know.
What's going on? What is going on? How's everybody doing?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm happy to be here with you three gentlemen, man. I love all types of music, and metal. I didn't get into metal till a bit later on in my life. Like I was in my 20s when I started dabbling with metal. One of my friends dragged me out to a Slayer show, and it changed my life forever. Because I legit thought I was gonna die. I'm like, I'm gonna. Where did you bring me? It was Slayer, Mastodon.
Oh my God.
There was another band. It was Cradle of Filth.
Oh wow.
And
wow, you're lucky you made it out alive.
It was something else, I'll tell you. But I had fun, but I'm into all types of stuff. But music is a big part of my life, So when I heard you guys, were working with us over at Hamin Media, I was very happy about it. To have a music podcast to listen to. I really don't have any besides you guys because I didn't know any that I really wanted to listen to until you guys came along. So I'm happy about that for one. I love music, man.
Yeah, obviously we do too. Did you? I know I sent you the
behind you. What is that all behind you?
Yeah, that's my drums, my CDs, records are back there too. So, yeah,
that's incredible. That's a whole lot of CDs. Yeah, I have a ton of CDs. When I was a kid, I used to collect a bunch. Right, I just bought them, and I had those cases that they had for them back in the day.
Yeah,
I had a bunch of them, and then when I got married, I moved in with my wife. She's like, "You got to take those down." Why? I'm like, I was so proud of them. They're in a closet somewhere. I have to put them in a one of those CD booklets.
Oh man!
Get rid of the cases. I got to do all that. Otherwise, it's the end of the world. I've been able to keep them in a closet for the last 10 years. So I never use them. There's no need for them anymore. It's just sentimental value, you know?
Right, yeah. Well, I actually used to have this in my dining room when we moved into this house. Really didn't. This place I'm in, this spot I'm in now, it's actually my garage. Yeah, we turned it into a room for me. But yeah. But this used to be in the dining room, and then when we had our child, I said I got to get this out of here because he's going to be pulling them off the shelves and breaking everything. So
it looks fantastic, man. I hope to one day be able to display mines like that again.
Yeah. Good luck.
I'll tell you guys about my musical taste later. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Thank you for having me yet again. Appreciate it, guys.
No problem.
Thanks for coming on.
Oh, there's an Amber Alert coming over my phone. Look at that. It's weird. All right. So where are you from, Billy Ray? Tell us what you do.
I am from the Bronx, New York City. Born and raised, right? And what do I do? I mean, I don't know. I just, I pick up a microphone and I talk to random people whenever,
Well, tell us about your show, your Infinite Fringe, the show that I love. I really love a lot. I'm really into conspiracy stuff, and then when I started listening to shows on Hamin Media Group, I started listening to yours, and I was just blown away by like a lot of the episodes that you put out. It's really good stuff.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening, man. It means a lot. And to anybody that is listening to this, that listens to the Fringe, man, I thank you. It means a lot to me. It seriously does. Labor of love for a while, I'm getting paid for it now, I think, a little bit, which is cool. But regardless whether I got paid for it or not, I was still gonna do it.
Right.
And I always wanted to, and I never thought I'd be able to, or that I was the right person to do it. Period. Right. And one day I was just like, you know what, I gotta go ahead and do this. I recorded the first episode of The Fringe 2 years before it aired, just because I shelved it, and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this.
Wow.
It is what it is. Wow. But I ended up, I don't know about 2 years. My math is sketchy. I can't remember things like that. But it was a while. It was at least a year, at least. So it's a year plus. But yeah.
What was that first show about?
The first show I ever did. All right. So there's a show that exists somewhere, right? I do a wrestling show sporadically. I call it the PW Hustle. It's the first thing I ever did. And my partner over there, A-Track Brown, shouts to A-Track, shouts to the professor, right? My partner, A-Track Brown, and I were in a band, a music band. A-Track wasn't really a part of it, but he kind of infiltrated, and we became cool with the producer of the studio where we recorded at, and we're still cool with him to this day. And I had this idea. I was like, man, we should really do a information style radio show. And we sat in there and A-Track and myself did it in the studio. That still exists. That was with a guy named John Taylor Gatto. And we were doing about the dumbing down of America and the education system. And that show exists somewhere in A-Track's computer. I have yet to find it. I got to go in there and get it. But the thing that I did by myself for the Infinite Fringe that I shelved was with the Wolfgang Halbig on Sandy Hook. So I figured if I was going to go Fringe, I may as well go all the way Fringe. And I reached out to him, and he was willing to talk to me. And we recorded it, and I liked it, but I didn't like it, and I put it away. And I never did it up until like 2 years later. And it actually came out as the second episode of The Fringe, but yeah, it was recorded way before it came out, to the point that he was giving out information about a website that no longer existed. And I had to kind of try to edit that out. Yeah, that was the first one we ever did. It was fun. Not to say that things like that are fun, because they're not, but I enjoy talking about stuff like that and hearing different perspectives.
Yeah.
How much do you actually believe? A lot of that.
I believe. All right, so there's a lot of things. I believe that I don't know anything. That's pretty much where I come from. I don't know a damn thing. Even what I think I know, I probably don't know it. But I believe in possibilities. And some possibilities are more than others. You know, there's some instances somebody will break down a conspiracy theory to me, and I'll be like, you know what, that sounds really ridiculous, but it's possible. You know, it's possible. And then I'm like, some things are like, well, that is extremely probable. You know, and we try to go down that route and see what's going on. But I believe in aspects of almost everything that I have on the show. I may not believe in the entire picture that whoever the guest is presenting. I may not believe in everything, but there are bits and pieces of that I'm like, yeah, that resonates with me. I buy that. There, of course, like 9/11. Hold on for a second, guys. It's my kids over there making noise. I apologize.
I'm gonna have to edit that. Thanks.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, like 9/11. You know, that's my thing, right? So I went down that road, but then I start getting people on the show, like James Fetzer, right? James Fetzer was my official first episode of the Infinite Fringe, and I brought him on for the Boston bombing, and he did some of Sandy Hook, and he did a lot of stuff, some of which I believe, some of which I don't. But for 9/11, he says that planes never hit the buildings. I don't necessarily subscribe to that,
right?
But I'm willing to hear you out. You know, I'm like, okay, tell me why you think planes didn't hit the building. You know, and we air it out, and that's what the Fringe is about, more or less. It's just information, and people get triggered, and people get, how dare you have this? Like, dude, man, I'm just trying to hear this guy out. No big deal. Okay, he's just talking. You know, you don't have to agree with him. You know, just take it easy. But people get pissed off. But I believe in aspects of just about everything. The possibilities are there, because you just can't put anything by. You can't put anything past these people. They will do. They have done atrocities that documented, you know, that we can prove verifiably, you know, that these things happen. So once these things happen, you have to hold them accountable for everything else, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The 9/11 thing is just crazy. I was listening to the thing you did the other day. Even you were on the Horseman last week, and you were, you know, talking to some people on the streets and stuff like that. And it's just insane. And then the more and more information that keeps coming out, just hard to believe all that stuff, you know?
Yeah, man. I was out there. I've been out there every year since 2005. Yeah. You know, I go out there and try to spread information and let people know of some of the things. And this is mainstream media stuff. It's nothing I'm making up. Right. Yeah. So I grab articles by the mainstream media, make copies, and hand them out to people and be like, hey, look at this. Look, the BBC reported this. Take a look at that. Read it. Tell me what you think. Look at this. This was Fox News. Is that, you listen to Fox News? I'm like, here you go. Look at this, FBI.gov. You know, this is off the FBI's web page. You know, just take a look at that, read it. You know, and we go down that road. I received a bunch of resistance early on, right. But now it's really, people are resonating with it. People are like, okay, I get that. They're willing to hear me out, which is very different than initially, you know. And we still have some resistance, but there's a lot of people that are really open to the information now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I totally get that. Because, you know, the conspiracy world wasn't like really big until like after 9/11. I don't think, you know, I think really after 9/11, that's when shit really hit the fan with that stuff.
I agree, man. There was an underground, like here in the Bronx, there was several things popped off here, right? There were book stands, street vendors, right? Yep. You know, that would sell books here in the Bronx and in Harlem. And they would sell conspiracy books, right? So it was Behold a Pale Horse and New World Order by Ralph Emerson. There were a couple of others, but those are the two that I remember most. I still have Behold a Pale Horse, right? And that was by Bill Cooper. I'm sorry, I'm speaking to you guys like you know about this stuff.
I know some of it. I listen to you. These guys are probably a little lost, but
yeah. So Bill Cooper is. Are you guys familiar with Alex? Okay. You guys familiar with Alex Jones, right?
Yeah.
I think everybody knows who that guy is at this point, right? Yeah. So he went off the rails, in my opinion. But before there was an Alex Jones, there was Bill Cooper. Bill Cooper was that guy who had kind of breached the mainstream with what he was talking about, and it was completely different from what you saw in. Not that he was mainstream, but he was penetrating an audience, that book was getting out. It was people were reading the book in all walks of life, corporate America and here in the Bronx, in the hood, people were reading the book and they were resonating with it and we were getting hip to different stuff. But he got his information, from he used to be I think it was a army, he was a military intelligence of some sort at one point. But before that, there was a guy named Anthony Hilder, right? Okay. And he was putting out LPs back in the 60s and the 70s. And Jordan Maxwell, who's been doing this forever, right? So it's Jordan Maxwell's been on the Fringe a few times. Thank the Lord. I tried to get Anthony Hilder on, but he passed away sadly this year. He's been very sick for a long time. But they were, the roots of this stretch back quite a bit, and people being activists, right, and pushing this stuff out there. But you're right. After September 11th, it caught fire into the mainstream, and that's what Alex Jones had a hand in pushing for whatever reason, whether you agree with him or not, whether you think he was controlled opposition, meaning that they allowed him to do it and he did it for a reason and steered us in a particular direction. That might be true. Regardless of that, that's where the movement caught fire, and that's what propelled so many people to do what they're doing now.
Yeah. Yep, totally. Who was that? God bless you. I heard
the internet got real popular after 2001 too.
That's true.
And that was the spread of information was much easier. So
yeah.
Obviously the spread of misinformation or alternative information, that obviously got a lot easier as well. So
yeah, absolutely, man. And you have to, and I think that's why I believe in possibilities rather than believing in the whole of things, because you just don't know. And you can keep digging and there's a lot of circumstantial evidence to what it is that I do, right? And we look at the circumstantial and it's kind of hard to pinpoint hard, solid evidence sometimes. But there's a lot of the circumstantial stuff that's like, wait a minute, why is that there? And we may not have the means to fully uncover that stuff, but we point in that direction and keep digging and digging and digging until somebody takes it seriously, and then eventually 40, 50 years later, you get a CIA document that leaks that said, oh, yeah, that, yeah, we did that. Sorry, keep it moving. And that's it, but we keep our eyes and ears open to these possibilities and we keep pushing, like poking the bear, seeing how far we can go with it, But absolutely, there's a lot of misinformation out there. And that's why, you can't believe everything that they have the no planes. I don't know if it's misinformation, but it very well could be. It very well could be. I mean, I don't believe in it personally, and you get the alien invasion thing that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
That could be complete misinformation,
Right. Yep.
And these are CIA documents that are being leaked talking about what type of sightings they've seen and what experiments that have gone down. But we can't believe the CIA either, because of all the misinformation they put out willingly, even in rock music. Which is crazy, and I'm a big fan of 90s grunge, right? Mm-hmm. That's when I grew. That's when I was a young kid coming into a teenager was the 90s,
Right.
And there was so much good music in the 90s. And being from the Bronx, there was tons of hip hop. But I got with, my cousin for one, my eldest cousin. She had a crush on some dude in the country that she's from. And this dude was from Switzerland, and he had a house. And she was freaking in love with him. And he loved the Police. Loved the Police. I don't even know if he loved the Police. He just had synchronicity, and he would play that over and over again. So he may not have loved the Police. He just had this one tape. And as a result, my cousin, because of loving this dude, loved the Police. And she kept playing Sting, and then she fell in love with Sting. Like Sting is like her dude, right. And I hung out with her. She's older than I am, and I hung out with her quite a bit. And she would drill the Police in my head. She was like, "Oh my God, this is so good! Listen to this." And through there, I remember I had the Police. I had the greatest hits, even though I went on to just pick up the entire catalog. The Police is one of my favorite bands of all time. It's a really, really good music. Stuart Copeland is one of the greatest drummers ever.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down. Like, it's just ridiculous what the guy was able to do. Andy Summers had a very, very distinct sound to his guitar playing. It was very simple, in my opinion. I'm not a guitar player, but it was a simple sound, but it was different, and it was his own, in my opinion. You know, and it complemented whatever Sting was doing with the bass and the songwriting. Sting is a genius. You know, I mean, right now he's falling off a cliff, but at that point, it was phenomenal. You know, so that's how I got into this type of music. So it was Sting, and then David Bowie with Labyrinth. Right, that movie came out. I forget when. But I saw it after the fact, and I was like, who is that guy? I'm like, he kind of looks like a woman. What's going on? Like, what is that? And and my cousin throws David Bowie at me. I was a big fan of Aerosmith by myself, you know, and I'm listening to that, and then it steamrolled because I got with some friends, and they had Pearl Jam, and Stone Temple Pilots, right, and all this stuff, and I was like, man, this is different. And I'm like, I kind of dig it, and then I went down that road, and I was full on. I've seen Stone Temple. I don't know if you guys are into Stone Temple Pilots and the grunge.
It took me a while. It took me a while to get into
a lot of people a while. It's funny because I think they get a bad rap. Not so much anymore, but early on, they were like, oh, they're a Pearl Jam ripoff band.
Right, exactly.
Stone Temple Pilots was so different, personally, but there must have been something there because everybody else saw them as a Pearl Jam ripoff band. So, but I saw Stone Temple Pilots like 6, 7. I've seen every incarnation of Stone Temple Pilots.
Even the new one?
Yeah, even the new one. I saw them at Jones Beach.
What do you think of the new guy?
He's good. He's fine. You know, I mean, it's never gonna be Scott Weiland. You know,
no, yeah.
It's never gonna be that. So it kind of blows to see Stone Temple Pilots opening up for whomever at Jones Beach, the Jones Beach Theater here in New York, and it's like less than half full.
Right.
And I remember when Stone Temple Pilots was at their height, and Hammerstein Ballroom was like exploding. Because it can fit the people, you know. It was just, or they would sell out the Garden, and it was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. Right, but I saw them with Chester from Linkin Park also at Irving Plaza, and that was fine too. That was good. Chester was a very good singer. I was never really into Linkin Park, but
I thought he fit fairly well too.
Yeah, no, he was a big fan, you know, and he can sing his ass off, so it fit.
Weiland actually passed away right down the street from where me and Greg lived.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we live in Bloomington.
Chester passed away down the street from you.
No, Weiland.
No,
Weiland. Oh my gosh, crazy. I was on a boat when I found out he had passed away. It was December. I don't remember exactly the year. I think it was 2016. But that's when he passed. And I was sometimes when these people pass to the point of Prince, right? You guys love Prince. You know, it affects me personally for some reason. I've never met these people, but I have that connection to music, and I'm sure you guys do too, because we listen to it so often. It's like kind of like you know them,
right?
You don't.
Certain ones, yeah.
Yeah. So you know.
Yeah, like you know, Prince is a good one, and for me at least, Rick Ocasek from the Cars just died, and Fast Eddie Clark last year. But there's not too many of them that really hit me personally. But when they do.
Yeah, the Cars is incredibly underrated, underrated.
Yeah.
But do you guys remember when BMG Music Group? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Oh yeah.
You sign up and they would give you like freaking 14
penny.
CDs and whatever. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So I signed up because I wanted all these CDs and I didn't have the money to get it. So I got Collective Soul. I got Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusions. I forgot what else I got, man. It was tons of stuff. But afterwards, you know, you got charged for stuff later on. Right. And I never canceled. And they sent me the Cars anthology. It's really nice. It was a box set, and it was really nice art to it. It was beautiful. And I was never into the Cars, but that forced me to kind of get into them. And I'm like, this is kind of good.
Yeah.
You know, and then I really ended up liking it afterwards, after the fact. So I didn't know he had passed away. I mean, I know somebody passed, and that's why the band broke up. But I didn't know the person you mentioned had passed away.
They actually broke up because Benjamin Orr and Rick Ocasek pretty much ended up completely hating each other's guts since '86.
Well, that happens a lot.
Yeah, Benjamin Orr died, who was the other guy that played bass and sang on, they split lead vocals in half, but he died from pancreatic cancer back in 2000. And then they did the reunion without him in 2011, but if you ask any of the guys in the band or read the interviews with him, they said if Ben was still alive, the reuniting and that Move Like This album would have never happened because he was just totally against it.
Damn, God bless them all, man. That's how I got into the Cars, Pearl Jam was a big favorite of mine. I saw them live once. I liked Alice in Chains. I've seen them live.
Oh yeah, I just saw them at Jones Beach a couple weeks ago.
Where are you? Where are
Long
you?
Island. Long
You're
Island.
from Long Island.
Yeah.
How come we're not going to shows together?
Call me up, man.
How
You got my
come this
Skype
is
now,
not
so call me up
happening?
when you want to go.
I just went. Actually, I think I'm going back. I got no bull crap. All right, you guys. This is a deep cut. If you guys don't know this, I'd understand. Space Hog. You guys remember Space Hog at all?
That sounds very familiar.
Yep.
Sax. There you go, Unk. That's right, Space Hog. All right, there was a one-hit wonder from Leeds, right? I mean, they were here. They were based here in New York, but they're from Leeds, England, and they had a song called "In the Meantime." Phenomenal, just gorgeous song. Incredible bass playing. The guy's on another freaking level. If you want to talk about underrated bands, it was Space Hog, and I follow them, and I still see him from time to time. Not Space Hog, but Royston Langdon. He was actually he was married to Steven Tyler's daughter.
Okay.
He married Steven Tyler's daughter. So anyway, he's doing a solo gig here in the city not too long from now. So I'm gonna go check that. But I was at Jones Beach, I want to say about a month ago, to see Smashing Pumpkins and Noel Gallagher. They had performed there, and Smashing Pumpkins tore it down. That was another band, and it took me a while to like them, but they tore it down. Yeah. Incredible stuff. I went to Woodstock '99. That was freaking amazing. I saw Metallica there in the rain. It was great. What's up?
I watched that. Remember when they used to have the cable boxes and they used to unscramble the cable?
No. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's how I watched the Woodstock. It was scrambled, and I just got to hear the whole fucking thing.
I remember that.
Yeah.
My
girlfriend did lighting for. I'm sorry. My girlfriend did lighting for Woodstock '94. So.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah.
I would love that. I was too young. I wouldn't have been able to make it, but I would have loved that. I know Green Day performed and they had that mud fight in '94.
Right. Yep. So they threw shit on the stage, I think.
Yeah. 99 was a mess
Well,
too.
yeah, it's Green Day.
Yeah. Well, they did have an album.
There was already shit on the stage.
Take it easy on Green Day. I really don't like. For some reason, I don't like them now, but I loved them before. I love.
They really changed.
Yeah, they really did. But I love them. I saw them with. I forgot who the fuck they were with. Sorry if I curse. I don't know if I can.
All right.
But
whatever you want here.
I saw them at Roseland here in the city. It doesn't exist anymore. They tore it down. It hurt my soul to see that place go. I've seen a lot of shows there. Seven Dust. You guys in Seven Dust? You know them?
I know them. Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan.
Yeah.
I love Seven Dust.
I love Seven Dust. What's that, buddy?
I said Dijon's the man.
Oh, Lejean's the man. I met him. I met him one time at the show. He was just walking by, and I got so super starstruck. I didn't know what to say to him. I'm like, Lejean, you are the freaking man. And he's like, yeah, dude. He thought I was drunk. I don't even drink. He's like, yeah, dude. Okay, man. And he just kept it moving. But that was freaking awesome. I love the Deftones. I've seen the Deftones 8 million times. Too much to count. I don't know, man. Mudvayne. I saw Mudvayne live a few times. Like I saw Soulfly. What's up, buddy?
You go to a lot of shows.
Yeah, man. I went to a ton, man. Every go to. What's up?
Yeah, you're right in the middle of the mecca of metal, kind of in Manhattan there. So
I was a big Oasis fan, so I've seen them many times. The Black Crows I've seen many times. A Silverchair I got to see once. Fantastic. Yeah.
Cool.
You name them. If they were big in the '90s, I saw them. Soundgarden, right? The Audio Slave. I saw Audio Slave so many times.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
but Nine Inch Nails. Don't know if you dig Nine Inch Nails. Phenomenal live, incredible, and of course
Greg
Rage Against the Machine.
You mentioned Nine Inch Nails and Greg left.
He's like, what? I'm out.
No,
And Rage Against the Machine is with hands down, and I will fight somebody over this. Like hands down, the greatest live band I've ever seen in my life, and that includes Metallica. And Metallica kicks some serious ass. No one's better than Rage Against the Machine live. I've never seen anything like it. It's the rawest musical experience you will ever have. That's just me. To each his own. I know I'm ruffling feathers, but it's the way I feel.
Well, John, you're a big fan of Rage, right?
Yeah, I love. Well, you
Wow.
can't see it, but I'm sure you can get the picture.
I do get.
Yeah, I saw Rage and Nine Inch Nails at Lollapalooza, and yeah,
Somebody
the
died.
place was a madhouse. Seriously, it
Indeed.
was. The energy was just pushed you back.
Exactly.
It was so intense.
It is next level stuff. It's insane. That's my favorite band of all time. Like I can honestly tell you, like it's just everything I love about music is that band, right? The hip hop. Tom Morello is just on another level, right? And the raw energy on the stage. It's not the tightest band in the world, but it's not supposed to be. It's just so raw, and I love raw music, and that's what Rage. I saw Rage in, I think it was 2010 or 2012 for the last time when they headlined Rock the Bells at Randall's Island, and I went both nights just to see Rage, and they destroyed the place. I brought my sister.
What'd you think of Denzel Curry's version of Bulls on Parade?
It was okay, actually. Somebody sent that to me, and
I thought he did a really cool job.
he was energetic as hell, and
Yeah.
he was hitting the. I mean, he was screaming fairly well. Like it wasn't Zach De La Roca. I'm very, very picky. I mean, who's going to be Zach in my opinion? But it was entertaining. It could have been a whole lot worse. I'll tell you that much. I dug
He
it.
threw in his own line in there too, his own chorus or whatever, and
It was good. It was good. I dug it, man. It could have been a whole lot worse. Like I said.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Moon?
I'm just removing Greg here. I don't know what happened to him. His internet connection probably went haywire or something. He's been having
I said
issues
Nine
lately.
Inch Nails and he left. He wasn't
He
having
did.
it.
I don't know what you did, Ray. Thanks.
Nine Inch Nails, I'm out of here. I wasn't a huge Nine Inch Nail fan either until I got dragged out to a live show.
Yeah.
Saw them at Madison Square Garden. Incredible, man. I mean, what an incredible live band. Radiohead. I don't know if you guys are into that. Probably not. It's not very metal.
My
They're-
wife is.
They're incredible live. Incredible.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, very good live band. I've seen them live several times, man.
Yeah. What was I just going to say?
everybody get serious now.
Everybody get serious. All right. That is the first half of the Billy Ray Valentine interview. You will see the next half next week. But while you're doing that or waiting for the next episode, please go check out the Hamin Media Group. Right, guys? What are you getting?
Yes, the Hamin Media Group.
What is that? Spiffy?
Spiffy Cola. That'll give you a stiffy.
Awesome. 1934. That's old. Yeah. So anyway, go check out the Infinite Fringe, the Hamin Media Group, everything over at podbean.com. You'll find all their stuff, all their podcasts. Our last podcast we did with the Impact Attack. If you haven't listened to that, that's on there. Very fun interview. And they also gave us a special best of show, Rat Sound Review show, on their network. So definitely go check that out.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, it was lots of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some cool stuff on there.
Oh, one last announcement. Not only is System of a Down coming back on tour in 2020, but Deceased is finally going to make their return to the Midwest.
All
On a
right.
Ghostly White tour. And I was talking to King the other day, and they're definitely coming to Minneapolis.
We're there. We're there.
Yeah.
Very cool. More interview opportunities.
Yep.
Live interviews. All right. So go check out our website, ratsoundreview.com. Twitter, rat_review. Orange Sky will be on in 2 weeks. And we'll never get Iron Maiden on or Metallica. But whatever. It is what it is.
Right. We might be able to get Paul Diano. I mean,
Hey, he's not going anywhere, right?
what's he doing?
Man, nothing.
Cocaine.
Don't say that. I'm going to edit that out in case he ever does come on the show.
Shh, did you guys hear that?
Instagram, rat_salad_review. Facebook.com/rat salad review. And I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. It's good enough for now. Oh, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button right there. See it? Hit it. Subscribe to our show. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Bye.
Adios. Bye.